It's tough to believe, but we've been kicking out these top 5 videos every week for an entire year now already. Man, time flies. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate you all taking time out of your day to watch them and drop comments below. And I want to say a big thanks to Seafoam for making this video series possible. And now, let's dive on in with number 1. If you think your farmer's tan is bad, wait until you see this critter. I believe that's actually a sauger, and no, it's not dead from being stuck half in a cooler and half out on a hot day. That was actually a screenshot from this video I found posted on Instagram where you can see that fish is very much alive, and it was even released to keep that two-tone goodness going on. Never have I ever seen anything like it. Okay, I've never seen a walleye or sauger like it, but last year we did share a couple of pictures of northern pike that had a similar coloration going on. And it sounds like those odd colorations could be the result of some sort of an injury, but your guess is as good as mine. Number 2. Here's some hard proof that Gulp can work just as well as the real thing. Live bait. I was sent this photo from Justin McPherson in northern Minnesota, who was cleaning a walleye, filleting it up, and found what looked like about a dozen different plastics in its belly. It had probably scooped those things up off of the lake bottom. It looks like the majority of those are actually Berkeley Gulp minnows, which obviously fish like the taste of them so much that they will even eat them by the looks of it. That's because Gulp is made from a water-based polymer, while most other soft plastics are made from an oil-based PVC. Oil and water don't mix, so the oil actually traps most of the scent inside of the bait. That'd be like taking a bite of a ham sandwich while it's still inside of the Ziploc baggie. All of the ingredients are the same, but obviously you're gonna taste the bag when you take a bite. Gulp being water-based means that it can hold and release much more scent because it doesn't have that oil barrier. So you're taking a bite of a sandwich or smelling the sandwich that doesn't have a Ziploc bag around it.
All this talking about eating is making me hungry.
All that being said, while yes, Gulp is 100% biodegradable, so it's not going to be sitting on our lake bottoms for hundreds of years like other soft plastics, you still shouldn't be throwing any baits back in the water when you're done using them. Just a little PSA because I'd kick myself if I didn't mention it, and I'd probably kick you too if I saw you throwing baits back in the water. In case you're wondering why fish look like arcs on your graph, it's because they don't have legs, so they get to skip leg day and do all the shoulder shrugs that they could ever want to. Quinn Cummings caught that little meat pig somewhere in Aiken County, Minnesota. He said he was slowly drifting with an 1/8 ounce jig and shiner over some rock and gravel piles when he got it. Which, if you zoom in on that graph in the background, you can get a nice little sneak peek at the type of stuff he was fishing, and it even looks like there's a couple of marks down there waiting for him to catch next. And those fish arcs keep getting bigger. Have a look-see at this curvy bugger that Dylan Newsbaum actually weighed in at the National Team Championship on Green Bay last week. He caught his fish bomb casting with 1/4 ounce VMC twitching jigs in just 4 to 7 feet of water. He said he was targeting rock to sand transitions and boulders with sand patches next to them. So what the heck is a twitching jig? Well, I'm glad you asked. That brings us to number 4. Now, I believe those VMC twitching jigs are geared towards the salmon, trout, steelhead crowd, but that hasn't stopped us walleye chasers before. It comes in 14 wild color patterns. Here's a handful that I think walleyes would absolutely devour. It has that moon eye shaped head and 2x strong tech set hook that we all know and love. And that skirt is made out of rabbit hair, tinsel, flashabou, and living silicone so that it maintains its bulky shape in the water, where a lot of other hair jigs that style, will sort of slim out when they get wet. Now, Dylan was throwing one of their more natural looking colors, it's called Bling, because he was targeting super spooky shallow water fish in just 4 to 7 feet of water. And get this, he was sight fishing them while standing on an aluminum painter's platform. Now, if that's not the original live sonar, I don't know what is. He said about 90% of the fish would spook in the super clear water, but that other 10%, he got to watch side-eye and inhale his bait, which would be absolutely wild, especially when you're talking fish of this caliber. Green Bay giants, baby. Just amazing stuff, and a big thanks to Dylan for sending me those pictures, giving me the details, and just flat out putting up with all of my annoying questions all of the time. Speaking of time, we're running out of it, so I'm going to send this off with another golden bass that was just recently caught over Memorial Weekend in Michigan again. Mr. Goldfinger. And I don't know what else to say besides that dude better buy a dang lottery ticket or something, because look at that fish. Are you serious?
I love gold.
By the way, the guy who caught it said it's headed to the taxidermist and then it's going on his living room wall. His wife, on the other hand, said no, it's not. Best of luck, dude. You're on your own with that one. That wraps up this week's top 5. A big shout out to Seafoam for keeping us running smooth and making this video series possible. Now, if you want more walleye related content like this, you can sign up for our free Target Walleye emails at targetwalleye.com. And I'll see you back in 7.